Good morning to all viewers of my channel. In this session, I would like to discuss the third experiment in Power Systems Simulation Laboratory titled Gauss-Seidel Method of Load Flow Analysis using MATLAB. So, on to the left side of your observation pad, take down the question for a sample system which contains 4 buses. Obtain load flow analysis using Gauss-Seidel method. Treat base MVA of the system as 100 MVA and acceleration factor as 1.6. So this is the given bus data. So there are 4 buses, of which the first one is slack bus having a voltage profile of 1.04 at an angle 0, and the remaining 3 buses are PQ buses, where the second bus has a real power demand of 50 megawatts and reactive power demand of minus 20 MVAR. Similarly, the third bus having minus 100 megawatt of power demand and 50 MVAR of reactive power demand. Similarly, the fourth bus having 30 megawatt of real power demand and minus 10 MVAR of reactive power demand. The line data, which consists of sending end, receiving end, and reactance values. So it is given in this table. So in between 1 and 2, the resistance is 0.05 and reactance is 0.15. Similarly, in between 1 and 3, 0.1 plus J 0.3. In between 3 and 4, it is 0.05 plus J 0.15. In between 2 and 4, resistance is 0.1 and reactance is 0.3. Similarly, in between 2 and 3, 0.15 is the resistance and 0.45 is the reactance. So take down this question onto the left side of your notes. Before going to see the program and its output, first write down the aim and apparatus, which is same. Apparatus is same for all the experiments. So try to write down aim and apparatus on the right side of your observation pad. Aim to obtain load flow studies using Gauss-Seidel method for the given power system network and to verify the same using MATLAB. Apparatus required personal computer with MATLAB software. Okay. So now commands used in the program. So first we are going to declare 2 variables. One is bus data matrix and other is line data matrix. So let us assume a bus data matrix is one of the matrix which consists of 11 columns, in which first column represents bus number, second column represents bus code, that is 1 for slack bus, 2 for PV bus and 3 for PQ bus. Third column represents voltage magnitude, fourth column represents voltage angle, fifth column represents real power demand in megawatts. Sixth column represents reactive power demand in MVAR. Similarly, seventh and eighth columns represents a real power generation in megawatt and reactive power generation in MVAR. Do remember, fifth and sixth demand, seventh and eighth it is generation, and ninth and tenth columns gives the minimum limit and maximum limit of reactive power in MVAR, and the last column, that is 11th column, represents a reactive power injection into the system in MVAR. And one more matrix called as line data matrix. So it consists of 6 columns. As we have seen in the earlier experiment, it consists of 4 columns only, but in this experiment it consists of 6 columns. However, the first 4 columns remain same, that is, first column represents sending end, second column represents receiving end, third column represents resistance between sending end and receiving end. Similarly, fourth column represents reactance between sending end and receiving end. Fifth column represents half of the susceptance value, and the sixth column represents a line setting or transformer tap setting, that is, one for line setting and tap setting value of transformer. If there is a transformer between that sending end and receiving end, then we have to note down the sixth column as that transformer tap setting value. If there is no transformer, then it can be treated as a line, and for line the sixth column value can be represented as 1. So these are the two different matrices that are going to be declared by the operator based on the given system data. Next, the three different, some four commands are there in the experiment. One is lfybus. Lfybus is the command used to calculate admittance matrix for the given system data. Next, lfgas, lfgaus is the command which gives power flow solution or load flow solution using Gauss-Seidel method. Next, bus out, BUSOUT is the command used to print the complete information about the buses. Whatever may be the output obtained through Gauss-Seidel method using the command lfgas, the result to be printed, it is going to be used one command named bus out. Next, and line flow and line losses are also going to be obtained at the end of Gauss-Seidel method. So this, in order to print out that line flow and line losses, we have to use another command called line flow, lineflow. Okay. So these are the four different commands and two different matrices that are to be declared for doing the program. Okay. So now I will explain you the program. So CLC and clear all are the two things that we are going to mention at the start of the program, since CLC is the command used to clear the command window and clear all is the command used to clear all the assigned variables. So from the given question, the base MVA of the system is 100. So declaring it with one variable called base MVA is equals to 100. And they said that acceleration factor is 1.6. So acceleration equal to 1.6. I am considering my accuracy as 0.00001. So I am declaring one more variable called accuracy, ACCURACY is equals to 0.00001, and number of maximum number of iterations treated as 50. So MIX ITER equal to 50. Next, as I said, we have to declare bus data matrix and line data matrix. At the end, try to type down all the four commands, that is lfybus, lfgas, bus out and line flow. This gives you the result. Okay. So now I will type this same program by copying it from the manual. I will type it in MATLAB. So while going to MATLAB, set your current directory and then go to choose blank M5 and then paste it. Okay. Yes. That's all. Now, if you run the program, it will ask you to save. So save it and then run it. So automatically it gets run and the result is displayed in the command window. So this gives the result. So here, if you see, the solution is obtained by using Gauss-Seidel method, and the number of iterations, the result is obtained at the 13th iteration. So these are the power flow solution results and the line flow losses. Okay. So this is your output. Thank you, viewers. If you like my demonstration, press like and give a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, viewers.